Down to loss of sleep, T-minus 75 hours from right now.
That's when we turn the clocks ahead 1 hour early Sunday morning. And it's not just the lack of sleep you'll have to deal with. News Channel 5's Stephanie Ramirez is with us now. And Stephanie, what else are we up against?
Well, Danita and Chris, I will be spared from this, but you two may have to worry in case your kids go a little crazy with this time change.
Kids are kids, and at this Kids Are Kids child care center in Cleveland, these kids are kooky as ever playing an afternoon game. Funny thing is, the center's owner says even with the kids as energetic as this, they still see a difference in behavior around this time of the year.
From winter to spring, there's a lot of change. Kids are more frisky, or they're more laid back, and they're touchy-feely for some apparent reason. We haven't figured out why, but kids just like to touch.
It's not a specific change due to daylight saving time, but adult and child psychiatrist Janet Lee Kemp says the 1 hour time difference does impact kids more than you may think.
For most of us, we kind of say, oh man, we lost an hour. But there's a subset of kids and teenagers and young adults and adults that are very sensitive to environmental cues. For example, the extra hour can be very detrimental for them sometimes. They can get more activated, more anxious, especially for my anxious rigid ones, my autistic spectrum kids who need to have things structured and routine.
And that touchy-feely behavior Taylor described, well, Dr. Kemp says that could be a result of the frustration.
They're still in the midst of developing their verbal abilities, so they're going to express it more physically.
We just talk to the kids about touching each other and why it's important not to touch. And we just talk more to the parents about what they can do about helping their kids with the change in seasons.
There's also something you can do to help your kids with the change in time, which, oh yeah, happens 2 a.m. this Sunday.
Now, I spoke with a doctor from Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital who said stick to the schedule, but another thing you can do to help is start tomorrow. Send your kids to bed 15 minutes early and then 15 minutes earlier on Saturday, and it'll help them catch up with that loss of hour. Otherwise, if they end up with this and they don't get that sleep, you might be dealing with one cranky kid. On your side in the newsroom, Stephanie Ramirez, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Steph. Certainly don't want that. Some good